Yes, welcome back to Class Culture. How are you today? Happy Sunday. I hope your day was beautiful. Mine is. And tomorrow I'll be able to say mine was. So that's how don't you want to live in that mode? You know, even when something's going bad, you can look up and see the beautiful sky and say it's a beautiful day. So I'm going to record this, grab what little bit of sun is left by taking a nice walk and coming back live tonight. Shout out to the future. You'll be able to go to any playlist and watch any show your heart desires. So welcome back to Class Culture. Today we're going to talk about worship and spirit. This has been on my mind for a minute, and the timing is right. And then, as you can see, I do still have my bind video up. We are going to hit that topic by the end of this month. Because why Hearts of Gold? It's working. That's how I move. Tactical thinking. We stay in flux over here. So yeah, I wanted to touch and explain some of these topics before we go there. Because a lot of people get in their linglings and they think, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what has that got to do with anything? Oh, why are you going there? Oh, that's dark. Oh, that's wicked. Oh, that's that, this, and that. Well, I always ask people, when you come to the table with anything that you want to discuss and or debate and or gather, you need to have something in return, a humility or something to compare, or some experience or talent or skill. You got to have something. You can't just show up taking something away from someone or trying to diminish or trying to like backlash just because someone has the right and the freedom to worship, and just because someone has the right and freedom to fill their spirit in any way they want and desire, whatever your heart desires. This is America. You can embrace that. You can embrace that, and it doesn't have to be by anybody's rules. It can be just because you want to. Okay. So yeah, let's hit this topic. I think I did it correctly. Religions, liturgical, Taoist, animism, plus more. I think that's the topic. I think I'm gonna keep that. Animism. Enjoy the word. Animism. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? So welcome back to Class Culture. I appreciate you. We're going to talk about religions, Shinto, Taoist, I'm a Taoist, African religions, Abrahamic, traditional African religions, animism, not animalism, animism. Enjoy the new word. Liturgical, and then I popped in there Pew Research Center because I have 5 links, and the pewresearch.org is a fascinating website that should be on. You should be making bookmarks and folders and putting all of this stuff in there so you know how to get to it later, or just making a Gigi Darling playlist. So you can always come back and visit these topics. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe, join, like, and share. If we ever want to find me, just put in Class Culture, please and thank you. And hit all the reminder buttons on all the upcoming shows. And I do that on purpose. So I appreciate you so much. Welcome to Class Culture. When you're here, you are known as a heart of gold. And I thank you so much for all of your kind donations, your time and attention, and savoir faire, rainbow hair, and I really don't care. Never have, never will. Okay? Hashtag cosplay, hashtag YOLO, and all that other good stuff. Let's talk about worship and spirit. Everyone has the right in America. It is your constitutional right to worship however you choose. So maybe today is a journey on, oh, I have choices. Yes, you do. And it also says in the Constitution, you have a right to the pursuit of happiness. Oh, yes. People don't have a right to block your pursuit of happiness either. So maybe some of this will help people, clean slate, make new friends, move on, get on, and stop getting shattered on. I'm going to try not to curse. I'm going to try not. But because, when you worship and your spirit is full, you're happy. Trust. Try something new. Okay. Now, it is still Ramadan. So, happy Ramadan. Okay. It's so funny. When I saw this picture, I went, ooh, I'm so excited to go and grab some of my things. Shout out to the future. But in the present, grab some of my things from storage and get back on my arts and crafts jam. But a beautiful oil lamp, a beautiful lantern. I love dates. Every year, every month, I'm celebrating something because I want to and I can. And I always put out, like, at the side of the table, just a little, remembrance and decoration, just like we decorate for Christmas and Easter and Halloween and 4th of July. I also find a corner, a room, or I will dedicate a space to honor, different religions. And I will never, ever stop doing that. Why? Because it's fun. It's fun to, when you meet someone that's celebrating something, just say happy this, happy that. That's wonderful. Have a good day. Bye. Just be nice to each other. Yeah, that's a concept. That's about worship and spirit. Get into the spirit of it, right? Whatever it is. It's also still Eastertide. I'm going to take that away for a minute just so you can read it along with me. Okay? We did a show already. I have a playlist. I'll probably put this on my live and Eastertide playlist because it has everything to do with religion and worship. So let's explain it just a little and we'll move on. Eastertide is the 50 days after the first day of Easter. It's simply the weekend that begins with Good Friday and ends with Resurrection Sunday, and we're still in Eastertide. Or for more secular people, Easter Monday, simply due to when public holidays happen. Like you get a break off of work. Okay? Monday through Friday sometimes. It is often forgotten, however, I don't forget it. However, that the full Easter period begins with resurrection and ends with Pentecost Sunday, and that's about 50 days. And you can read more about how it started and all of that on your own because we already visited that, right? Now, people often ask me, what religion are you? And I often say, well, I worship and I consider myself Taoist. And they go, well, what do you mean you worship? I said, what do you mean? What religion I am? And then they're stumped and I go forward. And this is what I share and this is what I tell them. For me, it's a choice. Because number one, not only does the Constitution say it's a choice, number two, that means, you get to shop around and see what fits you, your heart, your being, your DNA, your lifestyle. And when I found, and it's also pronounced Tao, D-A-O, but I say Tao. I just like the T sound, Taoism. But yeah, it's a religious tradition that began in China about 2,500 years ago. At about the same time, Confucius lived. While Confucius was interested in how people treated one another, Taoism, so it's a step more. And that's what Gigi Darling needs. Taoism is a spiritual philosophy. It's my mind. It's my mind, my soul, and my DNA. Taoism is a spiritual philosophy that focuses on a person's outlook on life and the world around them. And there is a yin and yang, one of my favorite symbols. And I'm in touch with it, and I'm good with it. And I find people who aren't in touch with their yin and yang struggle. You know, well, I don't want to be bad. Well, you are. We have good and bad. We have soft and hard. We have strong and weak. We something, you know, are on every level, spiritual, physical, and mental. And that's why, to me, it clicked instantly. I'm not going to say where and when. It's been decades, okay? But when it happened, I was running around going, where do I go? Where do I go? Our services are this, and they were like, no, you simply state. That's who you are, and you meditate, and you embrace it, and learn, and research. It's that simple. If you choose to go to temple, like a Buddhist temple, they have spaces for Taoism. You can, but guess what? You could do it in your own home. You make a whole space just for you. Quiet, dedicated, focused. It's yours. And it's philosophy. And that's what I like about Taoism. Okay, we'll touch a little on it. What I like about Gigi is I recognize everyone and I celebrate everyone. And I don't care if you're Jewish and you don't celebrate Christmas. I don't care. I just said Merry Christmas. And you can say, oh, I'm Jewish, but have a nice day. So that wasn't the answer to me. What are you mad because it's Christmas? No, nobody's mad because, you know, you're celebrating whatever. Same with, I always tell people I meet in life that are atheists or agnostic. I say, what are you mad about? That's their right to do it. Get over yourself. You should be the happiest person on the planet then. And sometimes they're not because their soul is empty, in my guesstimation, in my opinion. And I think you need something to look forward to celebrate, to worship in the sense that your soul is happy. That's me. Because people always coming at me talking about, oh, you're just so happy. You got this is this and that's that. It's like, well, then you could start to get to know people and then they're like, I don't like this and I don't like that. Well, find something you like and be quiet and leave people alone. Because we're good. I love when people worship something. I don't care if it's pre-Christianity. Oh, I said it, right? I don't care. Do something with your life. Stop hating. And I find that people who are miserable, who have lost their way, I often hear people say they find God in jail, which is bizarre when I could walk in 5 minutes where I live, you guys, and there's a church. Now, I don't need to go to jail to find God. So they're full of it. But yeah, and I wanted to share this. And we'll go over this later on because I'm being broad. We're broad stroking. Okay. And then as we go on and it hits me, it just depends, you guys. I don't sit down and plan what I'm going to talk about. I come up with something, a list, and then boom, it happens. And that's why my channel works for me because I'm just on here embracing you, my digital friendships, and sharing who I am with you. And I thought the time was right. So here are some of the meanings of the symbols that I see and use in my daily worship. And they might be, what? Sorry. Okay. They might be interesting to you. So can you see everything? Let me click in, see if you can see the, no, let me take the banner away because I don't want you to miss anything. And I like making sure I hit all points. Okay. So when you look at this chart, I think it's beautiful. And I have it right next to me when I'm focusing and when I'm doing meditation or whatever. You could print it out and put it in your wallet or whatever. If this is something you're interested in, you don't even have to be Taoist. I mean, a Christian cares about children, being helpful, travel, career, knowledge, family, wealth, fame, relationship. Everybody cares about that. You know, it's about philosophy. Okay, so let's go over a couple of these and then we'll come back to this topic. Can you hear me? Let me see if you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. It just looks low, huh? Okay, you can hear me. I didn't see the bubble when I was teeny tiny and I got worried. Okay, let's move on. Let me go ahead and read this. So at the top, fame, fire, eyes, south, red, Lee. Then relationships, marriage, mother, organs, pink, red, and white, Kun or Kayun. Children, creativity, future, metal, mouth, west, white, Chui. That's how I pronounce them because I don't have their dialect. Helpful people, travel, father, head, white, gray, black, Chi-yen. Okay, Ka'an is career, water, ear, north, black, Ki'in, or however, right? Knowledge, spirituality, hand, blue, black, and green, family, chin, past, wood, foot, east, green, wealth, hip, green, purple, red, sun. Okay, and then you have the center of each, earth, yellow. Okay. So yeah, this I just wanted to share that, and later on we will revisit that as time goes by, and you know, we're over here keeping it real, keeping it 100, and as I hit more topics. I just enjoy sharing. And what else? The other images are for later on in the show. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit some Googles. What are we going to start with next? We're going to start with religions. Okay. That means a lot to different people. So what it means to Deirdre, it might mean something else to you. You know, people often like recoil at the word, and I'm like, relax. It's just, they're not, the word religion is not a bad word. So if you go to Google, I put the S on the end. Okay. List of religions and spiritual traditions. We're going to hit that later. Okay. What I like about researching is symbols, history, and geography, meaning and purpose, and how people worship. That's what I like about religions. It's not about, you know, being weirded out or controlled or power or pushed around. It's just about the history of it, how it came about, where it's from. You know, it's about culture, right? And of course, you know what you're going to find, all the names of religions. So go ahead and look that up. Okay. Now let's look at some images, and we'll look at the top news thing, right? Everybody knows what symbols are. Everyone knows that a lot of the symbols come from what? Religion. You know, here we are. Lots of beautiful symbols. We know what they mean. We know they're important. We know that they matter to people. We know that they're beautiful. We know that people use them on a daily basis. I think that's beautiful. I really do. You know, people talk more about, you know, in here about like horoscopes and pop culture than they do about, let's just say, tradition. I hold on to tradition. I taught my children to tradition, and I know they will pass that on to their children. So yeah, when you do your research, that's what you're going to get. So let's go. Let's see what the top news. Friday essay. What do the 5 great religions say about the existence of the soul? Cool, right? And then the next topic is, it's not just young white liberals who are leaving religion. Okay? So sometimes people, it doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit, I say, come over to my channel, hit some of these links and find out what fits. Because when I found that being Taoist fit, it was done. You know, I didn't need no one's permission. I wasn't worried about anything. I didn't feel a way. I just announced it. And my mom said, oh, that's beautiful. And then that was it. Okay, so yeah. So let's go over some a couple, let's say, names of religions and why I think they're interesting. And then you can take it from there and do your research. So when I put up Shinto, okay, and if it's your first time hearing that, then yay, because that matters. Oops, not yet. That matters to me. Why does I keep doing that? Okay. All right. So Shinto, and it has another word, but I'm not going into that. Kami no Michi. Okay. Shinto is a religion which originated in Japan. And remember, I told you guys I lived in Japan for a minute. Classified as an East Asian religion by scholars of religion. Its practitioners often regarded as Japan's indigenous religion and as a nature religion. That's why I love to read about Shinto. As soon as they said that, I went, oh, yes. Anything nature related, I am there. Nature, philosophy, that type of thing. Whereas I am not of Japanese heritage, that wouldn't matter. You could still, you know, participate if you want it. But Taoism is more me because it's philosophy as well. And this is, I can still love nature. Shout out to the naturalists. I am an amateur naturalist, so novice. So yeah, that's fun to go into that new, right, interest. But yeah, this is very interesting. Over there it says the same thing. But yeah, they basically believe is optimistic faith, as humans are thought to be fundamentally good and evil is believed to be caused by evil spirits. So I like that. You know, consequently, the purpose of most Shinto rituals is to keep away evil spirits by purification, prayers, and offerings to the kami. Okay? So I like that. So it's about kicking evil spirits' butts. And I'm there for that. Okay. Now, obviously, the symbol, the temple, and all that good stuff, you will find it when I lived in Japan, I didn't care. They didn't care. I went to temple, I worshiped, and it felt good. There is a place in Japan. It's my beautiful secret place. I know I'll make it back there one day. Of course, somebody's calling me, right? It was so magical, you guys. It was an ancient forest. And I swear to you, look, even the insects were beautiful. Everything was gorgeous. I picked up 2 little wings from whatever. They look like fairy wings, and I still have them. And I just think they're precious. But the gardens, everything, how they just, you know, the architecture, the gardens, the landscaping, the smells, the river, the trees, the birds, the bridges, everything was just, I felt like I walked into a fairyland. I did. It was just beautiful. And that's the Shinto symbol. And this is one of my beautiful, you know, I love seeing the symbols together like that because it matters to me. Okay, so when you do your research, you'll find more on that. So let's look at what what's in the news. Okay, some of them are good, some of them bad, some of it's weird, some of it is, yeah. So here, Reuters said on August the 3rd, Japan's, I'll try, Yasukuni Shrine, a symbol of haunting wartime legacy. Now, there is a lot's going on because, the emperor is still alive, and, they have people who think that, he shouldn't be around, and there are people who are loyalists who think he should. I think they should just coexist, like in the UK. I don't care if somebody wants a king or a queen. But yeah, but it's the traditions that interest me. But yeah, the third degree says expect Easter epiphanies. Fertility goddess whose egg and rabbit symbols endure, right? We talked about that. Look, what? I know you see that. I ain't saying it. But yeah, a chain of miracles and the sea goddess of Okuki. Okuki. Wow. Japan is so mysterious and interesting. I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough. And I know I'll revisit one day, but I didn't get enough. So let's talk about Taoist, being a Taoist. Okay? Please travel. I don't care what age. Just go and learn. Find a culture, even if it's the exact opposite of your culture, and delve into it. You'll be that much more better. You'll be well-rounded. You'll be smarter. Your spirit it will be full. Sorry, somebody is sending me a text and I'm looking. Okay. So Taoism, also known as Taoism, as I said before. Oh, I hope you can see the large. Yeah, you can. Let me put this so you can see the whole thing. All right. Is a Chinese philosophy. That's why I like it. Attributed to Lao Tzu. I hope I said that correctly. My phone is driving me crazy. Go away. Okay. And that's 500 before the Christ era. Okay. Which contributed to the folk religion of the people primarily in the rural areas of China and became the official religion of the country under the Tang dynasty. Taoism is therefore both a philosophy and a religion. That's what I like. Okay? It emphasizes living in harmony with Tao. And Tao is the source, pattern, and substance that everything that exists. So yay! When I found that, I was like, that's me. That's me. If one thing didn't work for me, I mean, you don't have to run around planet Earth and not have anything. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be Islamic. You don't have to be Jewish. There's a billion other religions. Go get one so you can feel just as happy, fulfilled, and people who leave certain religions feel like they're left out. Are you kidding me? Just pick one up and go. Well, no. Do your research. But get out of here. You don't have to be without. I like mine. Mine is more dynamic as far as I'm concerned, because it encompasses everything I like to do. I ain't listening to somebody or sitting next to somebody I don't like and hearing or finding out something about me that I don't like. I'm here. I'm meant to be here. I'm organic. I'm a part of nature. I give birth. I'm important. Okay. I need to be happy. I need to smile. I need to have purpose. I need to be one with nature. I need to create. So this gave me that. Nothing else ever gave me that. Ever. And I don't need nobody's opinion either. So Taoist thought focuses on genuineness, 100, keeping it real, longevity, health, immortality, vitality, non-action, a natural action, a perfect equilibrium with Tao. I call it my chi. It's called WUI. Detachment, refinement, emptiness, meaning pure, in my opinion. Spontaneity, transformation, and omnipotentiality. Okay, so we're going to come back to that another day. I can't be doing all of that today. So let me go ahead and bookmark it. Bloop. I love it. Decades. I found it decades ago. Okay, here's more explanation. Here are beautiful images. Here are monks. I don't live like a monk, trust and believe. But yeah, it's not a requirement. Yin Yang Taoist. Okay. We already went over the symbolism and all that stuff. Like I said, I that's what I see every day. That's why I used it on my thumbnail. And that's why I shared those definitions with you. So let's go back. Okay. And where else did I want it to? I owned a couple Chinese illustrations are okay for me, but it's not really my jam. I own a few. I don't go all crazy where I decorate my whole house and all that stuff. But yeah, I do have a few symbols and things like that. It's interesting. I like to know the stories behind things. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's healing for me. And there's my thumbnail. I have my own temple. I'm not all, people would never choose it because it doesn't have to be a lifestyle either. So you don't have to, embrace it every day. That's not how it works. But I love it. And I just wanted to share that part of me with you. There are ancient buildings, places of worship that exist on planet Earth. You saw how old it is. It's almost like 500 years older than Christianity. So it's very ancient and meaningful. And there are rituals. It is what it is. The earth is always moving. That's why it's important to move. Grow organically, be patient. Yeah. Okay. I love it. It's fun. And then you get up from meditation and go on and live your life and just be a normal citizen. So yeah. So what is the next one we want to talk about? African religions. Okay. Now that's broad, but I had to start somewhere. And this is why. Okay. Here they say the majority of, this is modern day, but look at these up here, okay? The majority of Africans are adherents of Christianity or Islam. African people, and I just think it's just because of their proximity, their neighborhood to the places where all of that started. They often combine the practice of their traditional belief, thank goodness, with the practice of Abrahamic religions, which are widespread. So Islam, Christianity, deity, paganism, native, tribal, old, and voodoo. And I'm going to do a whole show. That's why I have my bind video and I move it day by day. And it's going to stay there until I hit the topic, until I feel like I have done what I needed to do. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's working. Yeah, it's working. So when you do your own research, I'm not going to go into any more here, okay? But I'm going to do a nasty bookmark because we will visit that. But you're going to do more because I don't want this to be too long because I have a couple more left. Now we're going to talk about animism. Now, if that's your first time hearing that word, well, I'm happy. I'm happy to be the one to introduce it to you. Okay, so let's get into that real quick. Animism or animism. Okay, so when you put in animism, there's philosophy, how it's practiced, symbols, examples, the origin, culture, the meaning in Hindu, polytheism, monotheism, all that stuff. Okay. Now, here you go.
Animism.
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 Okay. The attribution of a soul to plants, inanimate objects, and natural phenomena. The belief in supernatural power that organizes and animates the material universe. Okay? Animism, I'm over here, is the belief that objects, places, and creatures all possess a distinct spiritual essence. Potentially, animism perceives all things, animals, rocks, plants, rivers, weather systems, human handwork, craft, and perhaps even words. Oh, yeah, poetry, as animated and alive. Now, if this is second to my Taoism. If animism was a religion, that's Gigi. Okay, that's me every day in a nutshell. Okay, so animism. Welcome to the lexicon of the class culture. What religion believes in animism? Okay, Shinto. Sorry, we just talked about the Hindu, Buddhism, and then the paganism and all of that. Well, I'm just claiming it. Okay, I use it, I claim it. Even on my tempo, I have, symbols, and there's meaning to patterns. And when I wear animal prints, not that has nothing to do with animism, but I wear animal prints knowing that it has a spirit of that animal, and that's why I'm wearing it. Things like that. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I was able to share that with you. Let's look at the images. Trees. If you see, whatever you see is animism. Like here, the eye, animism. Whatever you see. So as far as I'm concerned, that's every religion, right? But yes, if some people would fight you over that, I think that's beautiful. I think we should have trips to certain cultures where you can do that once a year. Now here it says animism, the world's oldest belief system. I do believe that. Now, when you see people that are native to the American continents, okay, because people get all in they linglings, that's animism. Okay, so enjoy. We all know masks are part of animism. Okay, it's a fun word. Embrace it, love it, write it down, put it in your vocabulary. Animism explained. So have fun in your YouTube-ness with it. Okay. So yeah, I love it. I embrace it, and you should too. I'm looking for some related searches. I could just look at this all day. This page 365. Now you're getting to know Gigi. I could spend a whole year researching a project. Now I know it. I have that drop off point when I'm obsessed with something. I'm in it, you guys. It fuels me. I'm in it 1000%. And then it levels off, and then done, had enough. I move on to something else. Okay. Isn't that a beautiful? Okay, that you're going to see that on Earth Day on my community board. Oh yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And here, evangelizing animalists, animists, and animate. How do you pronounce that word? Okay, let me put it in there. Let me say it correctly. It's hard when you're trying to learn a language. I can't pronounce it. I can't explain it. It's like your mind. It's broken down. because you're learning new words. And when you're trying to grasp at words that you've been taught all your life in a language you've only known all your life, it's like it's brand new. I can't explain it, but let's hear. Let's hear. Oh, it took me to YouTube. I hope they don't pop me. If they do, I'll just take it out. Did you hear that?
Animist.
I'll stop showing it. Animist. Animist.
Animist.
Okay, animist. Okay. It's just a tough word, isn't it? Okay, so I shared that. Let me go ahead and bookmark that. Okay, next. Okay. So I don't know if you realize that you've been on this journey of research with me, that sometimes I embrace what I read or find out. Sometimes I'll go, and I'll move on to the next thing. But this is part of research, and it feels good, and I like it, and it's how I exist, and when I'm learning something new. So let's look at traditional African religions. Didn't we just look at that? What is this I have open? Did I not close it? Let me see if we should close it. Nope, this is new. Okay, here is a list of some Central African religions. Okay, let me make sure I got that. Oh, I jumped. That's what it was. Animism. I sure did. So after this, we'll go back to Abrahamic. Okay, I jumped. That's okay. He won't mind, I'm sure. Now, here are some. Okay. Bantu mythology. I love that. Bush-Shango mythology, Congo religion, Lugbara mythology, Baluba mythology, Mbuti mythology, that's in Congo, Dinka mythology or religion, and then here is animism, okay, and then Lotuku mythology, okay, and we've already visited some of their celebratory traditions, so yeah, okay. Now let's look at some images and have fun with this. Come back and visit it. You know I collect authentic masks. So I'm there already. You know, some people collect unks. You're there already. You know, here is there, you know, the a demonstration on how religions spread, you know, ancient, you know, I'll say worship. Okay. Here are beautiful women dressed in traditional clothing, celebrating, right? Here is a ceremony. It's beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, do your research, you know, for lack of a better term. You know, he is here in his traditional clothing, worshiping or maybe healing or gathering or just performing rituals. Okay, so enjoy it. And I mean, I'm proud of the fact that this, I consider this a production video. I'm proud of the fact that I've covered some of, sorry, let me do this here, that I've covered some of this stuff before, but now it's full circle, I guess, for lack of a better term. So yeah, just know there's more. All our wonderful woke folk, just know that there's more, and you should be more. And just talking about American issues is not being woke. It is not. Voodoo, traditional voodoo religions. You know we're gonna go back to that. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to look for related. Oh, I love a hut. I swear to you, when I get my backyard, I'm getting a hut. It might be modern, but yeah, I gotta have a hut. I gotta have a roar, a place to roar. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Talking about fashion, talking about where stripes came from. Okay, get out of here. I'm trying to look for related. They're like, they want you to see all the pictures, Gigi. That's a reward as far as I'm concerned. I'm rewarding my mind and soul and just soaking it up. Look at all this beautifulness. Yep. Animism, beliefs in one remote supreme being, a world of spirits, good and bad, ancestor veneration, belief in magic, charms, fetishes, divination, okay? Who is a mediator between the tribe and the gods. So yeah, animism. They're like, you don't need no stinking related searches. Isn't this enough, Gigi? And I'm like, I'm soaking it in. And I'm glad to share it with my hearts of gold. Okay. Beautiful women, gorgeous, the first human beings on planet Earth. Get down with the get down. I don't know who don't do this every day. I don't want to know yet. I guess there aren't any, and there are some instruments. Ooh. Okay. We'll be back. We'll be back. They're like, we don't need no. We are the beginning of human existence, and we don't need no related searches, girl. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. Okay, we're gonna end on this fabulous queen. Look at her. I got to do that every day. I'm sorry. When I hear my music, look at Beyonce. When I hear my music, you guys, every day, I get into I'm over here jamming. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Okay, and I do it. And it's done, and it's good. So let me show you some images. We got to do it every day. Who are you if you're not doing this every day in your mind? But you know, even when we adorn ourselves. Now, who out there is not gonna go find something with some polka dots on it? I mean, I'm sorry, I gotta wear something with polka dots every month. I do. Isn't that beautiful? It's just absolutely stunning. And the color white, I told you it was my mom's favorite color. Let's talk. And she said it was everywhere you go somewhere special, wear it. Now, she managed to wear it whenever she wanted. I can't. I get dirty. I'll like touch my side of my face and, you know, my makeup or my powder, and then I'll get it on. I just can't do it. I can't do it. But anyway, she could pull it off. White has to do with the soul, the status. Had nothing to do with your vagina or your penis or being married or nothing like that. It had to do with your soul and worship. It had to do everything. It had everything to do with your spirituality. So that's why they would keep it for certain, ceremonies. Okay. So yeah, people kill me with what they think something means or what this should mean and what that should mean. It's like, get out of here. You're killing me. It's not what it means. And it's no way. And I talked them down in 2.5, 4, 3, and they walked away or they shut up or they accept it and say, that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with me. I go, you're welcome. Okay, look at these beautiful women, tribeswomen, leaders, queens. Okay, you cannot tell me no different because it's factual. Where I'm trying to look for that picture, y'all. Give me a second. Let me find it. There it is. Okay. Head dresses, earrings, necklaces, jewelry, embellishments, dress, top, pant, craftsmanship. They had to gather stones, shells, beads. They had to make beads. They had to make the clothing. Okay. They had to have the talent to participate in what? The routine, the dance. Looks like they've gathered some, fibers. Get out of here. We got culture. We are culture. We're here. Embrace it. Know it exists. Now go out there and incorporate it in your modern day life. They've done all the hard work. They were here. They're still here. You wouldn't be here if they weren't still here. And they should be honored and remembered every day, like I do. I remember them every day. Now let's get into some more modern, okay? Meaning, let's just say the 1200 till today, you know, because some women still dress traditionally. Okay? I can dress like that every day. Watch me. Okay, watch me. You know, the headbands, our beautiful natural hair. You see the little style of hair? Every tribe, culture, region had a style that they would put their natural hair in. And that it is what it is. You know, I think they're beautiful. I like all they're real African women. We're not trying to look like nothing else but Africans. You know, they would meet somebody else and go, ooh, you know what I mean? Because they didn't look like them. They have what, necklaces, earrings, beautiful outfits. You know, I'm sure the colors are vibrant. She has jewelry on, her bracelet. She has a ring on. I mean, come on. I love them. I want to hang out with them. And I want them to teach me something, right? Let me see if I should show the next picture. Yeah, and then I'll save another one for last. So let's remember, prior to anybody coming anywhere, doing anything, we had empires already. Get out of here. Get out of here. And CE is Common Era. Okay? They were in place. So miss me. You know, the Songhai, Ghana, Mali, Aksum. We talk about that to nauseam, right? Swahili, Zimbabwe. Come on, Madagascar there at the tip. Isn't that beautiful? So we'll come back and visit these. I mean, that's just a minute. But because of the more popular populist religions and the European influence as far as money and warring is why they kind of overcame the continent of Africa. But people are going back to their roots. So I'm happy about that. Sort of what's happening here in America, you know, the people, the First Nations are just going back to their roots. Thank God it was only 100 years removed, but some of their traditions are saved and they still speak their language and things like that. But yeah, that's beautiful to me. All right, so what else are we going to talk about? Yeah, that was perfect segue to talk about Abrahamic. And then we're going to talk about liturgical. Okay. I know this is going to be a little longer than usual. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So let's talk about Abrahamic. Okay. Now, these aren't history lessons. You should already know most of these. If you don't, this is a great place to start. The Abrahamic religions, also referred to collectively as the world of Abrahamism, Semitic religions, are a group of Semitic originated religions that claim descent from the Judaism of the ancient Israelites and the worship of the God of Abraham. Okay, so denoting any or all of the these three religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Okay. And we know that, right? And Abraham is revered as the biblical patriarch. Okay. So here it says, I thought this was interesting. It said 4. And there's the Baha'i faith. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that. But anyway, it's interesting. This is a great start. It's down, all of these, if you're new here, it's down below in downtown in the description box. I do that on all of my videos. Okay. So yeah, do your research. And then here, images, we all know, right? If you don't, you do now. Okay. And here you can see down there, Islam, Christianity, Judaism. Here, I thought that was interesting. Babyism, Baha'i, Druze, and Rastafari. Okay. Interesting, right? It's in there. And we already did a video on that. So do your research. And there is a related on here because I found it here. There's all types of ways you can decide what you want. There is no rule on planet Earth, ever, never, nowhere, that you have to take the religion or the beliefs of your parents. I never forced anything on my children. They chose what they wanted, and that's their constitutional right to do so. Okay? And I love them no matter what. Okay? So yeah, let me go to the next thing. Did I hit everything? Yeah. I skipped around. I kind of confused myself. But here, let's share the next thing. I love this topic. It has nothing to do with churchy, Bible thumping, judging, slamming, or telling somebody they're bad or sinful. It has nothing to do with that. It's an excellent topic to have with family members. People always say, oh, you can't talk about money, religion, or something else. I can't. What is it? Politics. I'm like, we do. If I can't talk about the things that are most important to me with someone that is closest to me, it makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay. Now this is, I don't know, did we talk about this? Was this is the extra click? Okay, I'll put this on the list because I think I had a couple of spaces. Yeah. Gonna look weird. Where should I put it? I should put it in front of here. Give me a second. I'm talking out loud. Okay. So let's talk about this particular form. And it's a Hausa. Okay. So even if it's not that, let's see if I pronounced it correctly, which is okay, because why not do it right in front of you? Don't be afraid to learn. I think when people get past a certain age, they act like they can't learn something. I'm like, what? Why?
Hausa.
Hausa, yeah.
Hausa.
Hausa, okay. So Hausa animism, okay. Now, this is a particular, there are different tribes, traditions, and regions. So this one was particularly interesting to me. Okay. Now, this is a big word, Maguzansi or Bori. I like that one. It's pre-Islamic religion of the Hausa people of West Africa. Okay. And it involves magic and spirit possession. Now, remember when the Shinto, right? They work against bad spirits. So do they. It's the same thing. Some people use it in the forms of symbols. Some people act it out like Africans. We're very animated. Okay. And there's no one can ever, they try to suppress it. There's no way. There's a whole industry. Remember when music videos started coming out and groups of people doing dance routines? I'm like, that ain't nothing but Africa. But let's read over here. Yeah, you can't suppress that. We were meant to live that way, dwell that way on planet Earth. It is what it is. The planets are moving. The Earth is moving under us. Animals have traditions and express themselves. So do Africans and humans. It is what it is. Get over it. You know, certain cultures try to diminish it and stamp it out and take it away. No, now you have whole clothing industry copying our patterns and colors and outfits and jewelry. Are you kidding me? We're going back, and I love it. So anyway, I read that first part. Most of the adherents or followers, believers, worshipers of the religion accepted Islam after the 18th century, but a lot of people still do it because they could incorporate it. But they're like, we don't want that one no more. A lot of that other stuff, you guys, was about conquering power and colonialism and stealing resources. So people have woken up. That's called being woke. Okay. Right. So yeah, it's predominantly historic, and it's from that region, and they're taking it back. Yeah, it's theirs. So let me read this one. Let me see. They're just the native people of that region. Okay, there's the Webby. Yeah, we are going to talk about it. So I just wanted to show you that, and let's look at some images. If you don't have a skull, you're not alive. I don't know why people are afraid of skulls, but anyway, it is what it is. We've talked about ceremonies. We've talked about, symbols, dancing, music. We've spoken about all of this before. Check out the playlist. There is the image I showed you before of the men worshiping. I think that's what's missing in our culture. I think it's down deep below. And a lot of young Black men, they have that need to gather, to be a part of groups. And that comes from their DNA, our culture. It's in our essence. And unfortunately, in America, they've stripped away. I think there should be houses of dance and worship African culture. And I think that the government should pay for it. I would rather see this on the streets of America instead of gangs, drugs, violence, debauchery, rudeness, lewdness, ratchetness. I want to see more of this. This is what I want to see. Yeah, they totally stripped it away, and it worked, and it's unfortunate. And we need to just start doing it. We need it back. We need it back. And I've taken it back for me and mine. So I hope you will with you and yours. I think that's an absolutely beautiful picture. And I want it. Okay, let me grab it. Let me grab it. You're gonna see that again later. Oh yeah. Let me get it. Stand by. Oops. It's not making a sound yet. Am I stuck? Here, let me put this away. No, I'm not stuck. Okay. I just wanted to hit my desktop so I can see it there. Okay, cool. So I think I'm making it easy for people who want to embrace. If a religion is not doing it for you and you don't like it no more, move on to something else and be a better human being. Because liturgical basically means relating to liturgy or public worship. Okay, it's a fancy word for worship. Okay, do I have that up there? No, let's get it back up there. Okay. And liturgy is the customary public worship performed by a religious group. As a religious phenomenon, liturgy. Okay. Liturgy is the customary public worship performed by a religious group. As a religious phenomenon, liturgy represents a communal response to and participation in the sacred through activities reflecting praise, thanksgiving, remembrance, supplication, or repentance. So we all do that. Liturgy. Okay, performance, ritual, ceremonial, solemn, sacramental, church. Okay, here's some more words. Okay, yeah, that was about it. Okay, what's an example? At church or worship. When I worship, it's liturgy or liturgy. I've heard people say it both ways. So it is what it is. So the symbols are really not that exciting, but it is what it is. And here they give you calendars. They talk like we are in Eastertide, we are in Ramadan, you know. And here are some related searches. So when everybody has it, every religion has it. Liturgy. Okay. So yeah, I needed to hit that just so it got hit. So I think that's it for the words, except one more. Okay, I lied. And the reason why I'm sharing this one is because I've never really talked about Pew Research before. So let me hit that. It won't be too bad. Hour and a half. Now, the Pew Research Center is a nonpartisan, that's why I like it, fact tank. And it could be thought of as a think tank as well, that informs the public about the issues, attitudes, and trends shaping the world. Okay? Again, it's nonpartisan, it's based in DC, and it provides information on social issues, public opinion, and demographic trends shaping the US and the world. That's why I like it. Okay, so let me put this in where I need it to go, because we're obviously I'm going to come back to it, but I wanted to start there because before I go to a website, I think it's important to explain why it's important to go to that website. Does that make sense? And then you'll see me go there a lot more. All right, the Pew Research talked about Americans in the middle of the pack globally when it comes to importance of religion. And I do believe that. Most people I meet in America are worshipers. And here, the world's most committed Christians live in Africa and Latin America and the US. Isn't that beautiful? I like that. So here is where they mean in the middle. See that 50%? I can't make my window any larger. There you go. Okay. We're right here in the middle. Ethiopia, 98% Rastafarians. Okay, so we already hit that subject, so you can pat yourself on the back. For that, I do. And I thought it was interesting because, yeah, in China, that people don't realize there's a lot of atheists in China. Now you're going to find your Buddhists and your Taoists and things like that, but yeah, they don't do really. They do more philosophy. And that's why I fit in the Tao of things. But yeah, isn't that interesting, you guys? Where people want to act like they're holier than thou, but they live in countries where they ain't, or they try to come across that they is and they not. So enjoy that article, right? And again, I thought about it. It's like, yeah, I like just introducing it, dropping it in your lap, and you go with it. You know what I'm saying? Just go with it, and you'll be enlightened more. Because for me to sit here and read a whole article, no, you need to participate, and that's what makes you a heart of gold, right? So, and here, remember we touched on it a little bit. Wiki has a whole list. There are like 10,000 religions on planet Earth, documented valid religions on planet Earth. And in the wikis, you'll find a whole list per region and per country. Enjoy, because it's a zillion. I'm just going to pull it down. Like, okay, let's look at Taoism. There's different schools. Okay. And then here are different countries and their religions. There's different sects, SECT, sects. And like Christianity, there's lots of branches of Christianity, whether people like it or not. Yoga, yogis. There's a whole bunch of religions that people haven't heard of before. Now here, Abrahamic religions. People think there's just Jewish and Christianity. I'm like, no. It's a zakazillion. I just made that word up. A zakazillion. Yeah. Isn't that? I think it's beautiful. And I think it's your right to study it and figure it out. Why not? Okay. Why not? And you can go on and on and on. We don't have step over here. No, no. All right. So yeah, just know. And when I share this with people, they go, "Well, I didn't have any idea." Oh, yeah, woke where? Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah, you ain't woke. If you don't know this stuff, you ain't woke. And it's not just one. There's many, because what existed in on the continent of what we refer to as Mexico now existed on the continent of what Africa. Pyramids, things like that. So I'm not here to discuss who was first and all that. The point is yay, they worship. Thank goodness they have hearts, spirituality, and focus, and meaning, and thought. Philosophy. Here's Africa. I mean, look, right? And nobody's better than anybody else. I think that just came into like when they clashed and had war and, conquered and all that nonsense. Look at Louisiana voodoo. Okay. They have a whole bunch of goodness in here. Okay. Then American. All right. So Native American religion. Those mythologies. That's important and they should be recognized. And they are. So I'm glad this is a part of this video. Now here is, oops. Yeah. Here is more, depending on what region someone might live in. They're all valid. Okay. Oh, I love that word, Papua. Love it. New Guinea. I want to go there one day. Now here they talk about cults. They do. Some are recognized. So here, Rastafarian, it's not a cult. I'm just saying. Right here, okay, there are different branches. Now here, 12 tribes of Israel. Remember I told you guys that my grandmother's middle name was Levi? Somebody had a book, read it, and figured out that was important back then. And then here in 1968, someone developed this particular focus in the Rastafarian group. Okay? So, and then you have your Black Hebrew Israelites, keeper of the commandments and all that good stuff, Queen Sheba. Okay, there she is. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I want you to just delve into. And they're as modern as they come, and they are as ancient as they come. And you can spend a lifetime reading. You could not do this in 1 year. That's why I purposefully bookmark things. And how can anybody say they're bored? I have no idea. No, the people don't say stuff like that to me because they know better. And that's kind of the end of that. And they also talk about, ancient classical antiquities and all that good stuff. If you find a word in the Bible, just come over to Wikipedia. They'll explain it to you. And then by regions, by areas, I'll end there. But I'll definitely put a bookmark here. Bloop. All right, because we got to move on. So, but I do appreciate your time and attention. This is fun, isn't it? So here, let's talk about, I'm just making sure I hit everything you got. Yep, I only have 2 more. Let's talk about Shinto first, and then the last thing. We'll end on the African side of things. So AsianSociety.org, I thought this was important because shame on anyone who is discriminating against anyone of Asian descent. I think it's the dumbest thing on purpose. And I better not know nobody with African heritage that is doing that. I better not find out I'm related to you or I know you. No, it should not be happening. It's dumb. But this is a great website to discuss Shinto if that's something you're interested in. It's very ancient. It's very in the news and in the now. So if you want to, learn more about it. But this is a good website because it has online courses, resources, different articles, their society, education. And then they talk about great issues, internment, sins of omission, Japanese New Year, Japanese history. That's a beautiful picture, right? And Shinto literally means the way of the gods and is native to Japanese belief system. Sorry, here we go. And predates historical records. The many practices, attitudes, and institutions that have developed to make up Shinto revolve around the Japanese land, seasons, and their relation with the human inhabitants. And to me, it's just the way they live off the land. It's they accept anyone. You could literally buy a one-way ticket and just show up. They're going to find you something to do, and you're going to learn their language. But yeah, that's what I like about their culture. They were just so welcoming. It was just no big deal. Like, oh, okay, you look different than us. Get on with it. Why are you here? What are you doing? Do something important. But yeah, there are 3 teachings. They talk about Confucian, Taoism, and Buddhism. So yeah, that's why this article was important to me. This is why I will revisit it. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. Okay, so we'll stop there and then we'll end on a kicker, a crescendo, a topic that will hit your hearts. And it will be an excellent segue into the next topic that I want to talk about regarding this issue. Now, this is face-to-faceafrica.com. Fetish or not, and all these things are going to pop up and they're going to drive me nuts. And it better not take me anywhere else. I'll get so mad. This has culture, women, money moves. Okay. Shout out to the in real time community board over there. History, news, and you can also submit a story. So you people who like to write can get published. Okay. So fetish or not, these traditional African religions stood the test of time. Oh yes, and they still exist. Okay, we talked about animism. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, we talked about moon watching. We do that. So they're talking about Ramadan. Okay, now here are some of the names. Adorism. Adoricism. The opposite of an exorcism. Consists of dancing, invocations, music, which heal and control the spirits. Now, who don't want that in their life? Let's get the right pronunciation. No, I don't mean that. They're trying to get me to spell it a different way. Adori. Yep. Adori. Okay. Nope, they won't give it to me. That's okay. We don't care. Adoricism. That's how we're going to pronounce it. It's the opposite of the bad. It's the good. It's what they did every night. It's what, Shinto does. Get rid of the bad. Let's celebrate all together as one. It's healthier. It's more fun. It's exciting. It's creative. It's wholesome. It's everything. Okay? And it says here before colonialism, right? So go ahead and read that. Now, yeah, I think I'm going to have to click the next thing. Now, I hope it works. Fingers crossed. I hate those types of... Every website is set up differently, so what can you do? Ugh. Just hope for the best, right? Juju. Now, I do good juju, but there's bad juju too. So juju is about amulets, okay? Objects worn on the body or carried, which include medicines formerly used by witch doctors. Okay, so I know you've heard me here talk about juju. Now let's go back to number 2. It's skip number 2. My computer's acting stupid. Okay, we talked about that. Was that page 2? Was there a page 1? And do you know, for instance, while we wait for this to stop being so glitchy, that if you say a word twice, it's supposed to be better? Like yum, yum, yum. You know what I mean? Okay. But okay, so that was number 3. Let's go to number 4, page 4. They talk about voodoo. Okay. Then they talk about boo. It's similar to juju. It is an occult science in which the priests who perform the rites and traditions are called those names. Bokonan, Bokotonan. Okay? Now they said 5. Okay, that was it. See, I only read 4. So Bo also calls on spirits for guidance and intervention. I want everything. Okay, I'm doing everything. I don't even care if they get mad at me. But let's go back to the intro, because it said 5, didn't it? I only read 4. So I say not. See, there he is holding the skull, probably an ancestor, right? All right. Nope. I guess that was it. Unless I missed one. Did I miss one? Let's do it one more time before I end the show. Okay, that's the intro page. I don't like the way this website is set up. Voodoo. There it is. Of course somebody calls me, right? Give me a second. Oh, okay, I'm going to put you on hold. No, I'm going to call them back because I'm almost done in 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, please tell me you see that. Yeah, you do. These ads are attacking. Get out. They're attacking us, literally. Okay. So voodoo, these are all the pronunciations. So miss me, if I want to say voodoo, I can say voodoo. Voodoo is a religion practiced in southern and central Togo, Ghana, Nigeria, and Benin. Okay? The word voodoo means spirit in EU and Fawn. Voodoo highlights the spirits and other aspects of divine essences that those who practice believe oversee the earth. They can appear in bodies of water, trees, rocks, and clans or tribe members with powerful titles. There are certain rituals, songs, and languages that are associated with it. So yay! Herbal remedies are used, and so are talismans or objects. These abjada, as I call them, can be derived from animals or humans and are thought to contain spirits. They are used for healing and spiritual purposes. Healing and spiritual purposes. Thank you so much. That was it. We did it. It was a lot. I squeezed it in. I appreciate you, hearts of gold. That is the end of worship in spirit. And I just put religions up there because we did touch on religions. Again, if you're new here, welcome to Class Culture. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your kind donations. And if you have that red subscribe button staring at you, that means you haven't done your part. I've done mine. Okay, just hit it and subscribe and hang out with us, because we do more than one thing. As you saw today, I really wanted to hit this topic because we danced around it hearts ago, and I needed to hit it, and we did. So from this point on, done. I feel good about it. I can always show people the way to this video, and then we can go on and talk about whatever we want to talk about. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, will I be back tonight? Yeah, I will be back tonight. So until next time, bye.